The room fell silent the moment the doctor placed the ultrasound images on the desk. I stared at the black and white screen, unable to process what I had just heard. "She's 12 weeks pregnant," the doctor said gently, looking from my wife to me. "Everything appears healthy." Healthy. That single word echoed in my mind while my marriage collapsed around me. My wife Sarah didn't meet my eyes. Her fingers twisted together in her lap, and tears rolled down her cheeks. She had confessed to an affair just 2 days earlier, swearing it had ended months ago and begging me to forgive her. I had spent 48 sleepless hours trying to understand how the woman I trusted for 11 years could betray me. Now I understood something even worse. The baby wasn't mine. The drive home was painfully quiet. Rain tapped against the windshield while Sarah cried softly beside me. "I'm so sorry," she whispered for what felt like the 100th time. I kept my eyes on the road. "When were you planning to tell me?" I asked, my voice flat. "I only found out this morning." I nodded once, but inside I was unraveling. That evening, her parents insisted we come over for dinner. Sarah said they wanted to help us work through everything. I wasn't interested in dinner. I wanted answers. Her mother greeted us with forced warmth, hugging Sarah before offering me an awkward smile. "You both have a lot to discuss," she said. We sat around the dining table, untouched food growing cold between us. Finally, Sarah's father cleared his throat. "Son," he began, "marriage isn't easy. People make mistakes." I looked directly at him. "A mistake is forgetting an anniversary." No one spoke. "An affair isn't a mistake," I continued. "It's a series of choices." Sarah lowered her head. Her mother sighed dramatically. "What's done is done. The important thing is moving forward." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. "Moving forward?" I repeated. She nodded. "The baby is innocent." "I know the baby is innocent." "Then raise the child as your own," she said matter-of-factly. "You'll forget about this eventually." I actually laughed. Not because it was funny, because it was so unbelievable. "You think I'll forget that my wife had another man's child?" Her father leaned forward. "Families survive worse." "No," I replied calmly. "Some families survive because people tell the truth. Others just pretend nothing happened." Sarah finally spoke. "I don't expect you to pretend." I turned toward her. "Then what do you expect?" Fresh tears spilled down her face. "I don't know." Her mother answered instead. "We expect compassion." I stood from my chair. "And what about respect?" I asked. "Did anyone ask whether I deserved respect before all this?" Silence. "Did anyone ask whether I deserved honesty?" More silence. Her father folded his hands. "Anger won't solve anything." "No," I agreed. "But pretending this is somehow my responsibility won't solve anything either." Sarah reached for my hand. "I'll do anything." I gently pulled my hand away. "Would you have told me if you hadn't gotten pregnant?" She hesitated. That hesitation hurt more than any answer. I don't know." The room seemed to shrink around us. For years I believed our marriage was built on trust. Now I realized I'd been standing on broken glass without knowing it. Her mother suddenly became frustrated. "So you're just going to throw away 11 years? I took a deep breath. "No." Everyone looked at me hopefully. "I'm acknowledging that someone else already threw them away." Sarah buried her face in her hands. "I hate myself." I believed she did. Her remorse seemed genuine. But remorse couldn't erase reality. I wasn't angry about the pregnancy alone. I was grieving the life I thought I had. The plans we'd made. The children we'd hoped to have. The future I'd imagined. All of it had changed without my knowledge. Her father stood. "If you leave now, you'll regret it." I looked around the table. At the worried faces. At Sarah crying quietly. At the untouched dinner that no one would eat. Then I spoke as calmly as I ever had. "I may regret leaving." I paused. "But I'll regret staying for the wrong reason even more." No one stopped me as I walked toward the front door. Outside, the rain had finally stopped. The cool evening air filled my lungs. For the first time in days, I felt like I could breathe. I wasn't walking away from an innocent child. I wasn't walking away because forgiveness was impossible. I was walking away because forgiveness and reconciliation are not the same thing. Someone can sincerely regret breaking your heart. You can even forgive them someday. But forgiveness doesn't obligate you to rebuild what was destroyed. As I reached my car, I heard the front door open behind me. Sarah stood on the porch, arms wrapped around herself. "I'm sorry," she called softly. I believed her. And somehow, believing her made everything even sadder. I gave her one final nod. "I hope you find peace." She cried harder, but neither of us moved. There were no dramatic speeches. No last-minute embrace. No miracle that erased betrayal. Just two people standing on opposite sides of a driveway, separated not by distance, but by choices that could never be undone. I got into my car, started the engine, and drove into the quiet night. The road ahead was uncertain, lonely, and frightening. But for the first time since the truth came out, it was honest. And sometimes, honesty is the only place where healing can truly begin.